Welcome to Rope Dropping Knowledge, where we guide you through the magic of Disney.
We're finally here. We had Labor Day blues. No, it wasn't blues. Blues means we're sad. Just Labor Day busy, I guess.
Yeah.
Labor Day busy. We'll talk about your adventures in LA. We'll talk about, well, obviously Disney stuff. But we are recording and launching this particular episode 165, on actual Labor Day. Well, I don't know if this is actual Labor Day, but it's the day most people get off.
Yeah, Monday.
Monday, 9/5. 9/5.
It is Labor Day.
Okay, cool.
First Monday of September or whatever.
And we're still laboring for you guys because we love you. And because we're going to have 2 episodes this week, we're going to have episode 167. No, 166. Sorry. The next episode on Friday.
Yes.
Just stretch it out a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be going back to the parks for Oogie Boogie Bash on Saturday. So, all right. I guess the first thing we should talk about is we have a new giveaway winner for August. Miss
Monty Lowe.
Monty Lowe. She's a California native, and she won the Minnie Mouse backpack and Minnie Mouse crossbody, which she should have already gotten.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to
send the tracking.
send her tracking.
Hopefully she's not
so
out of
busy.
town.
Yeah.
But yeah, because that was sent out last week. So, and since she is in California, I would hope that that's already at her doorstep or in her house. So, and we are going to be launching a new giveaway as of right now. So, this one kind of came about by accident. We were debating on whether to do, you heard us last episode, to do the Halloween giveaway in September or October. Tracy said, why don't we just do it early? She likes people to have their Halloween swag or holiday swag of any holiday, like before the actual holiday, so they can enjoy it leading up to the holiday, not just on that day, or not having to wait till the following year.
Yeah, and especially with this one, Halloween season started September 2nd at the parks.
Right.
Everyone's all talking about Oogie Boogie Bash. We're going to Oogie Boogie Bash on Saturday, so we might as well, promote all the Halloween stuff. Or celebrate, not promote.
So I originally purchased this item thinking it was a Haunted Mansion
Backpack.
Yeah, backpack. I mean, it's obviously a backpack, but yeah, Haunted Mansion themed item, And I was happy because I got a really good deal on it, and I buy some of these giveaways like months in advance, because if I see a good deal, I snatch it up, and then I save it for certain occasions. And this is obviously Halloween. We're going to okay, we had it all stored, nice, protected, blah, blah, blah. And then Tracy's like, oh, well, let's just do this. And we talked about the Mummy Grogu. We're going to give that away next month. So we're going to actually have 2 Halloween themed giveaways in a row. So this is going to be the first of them. And unfortunately, I realized too late, I think. Tracy pointed out to me that it's not a Haunted Mansion backpack. It is, in fact, a Hocus Pocus backpack.
Your favorite.
So at that point, I was just like, well, fine. We already have other stuff to give away next month. I'll simply set this one on fire. Or I was going to have kind of like a social media themed contest of like, how can I destroy this backpack? Fire? Should I take it to like a shooting range? Should I, wood chippers are pretty cool. And Tracy's like, no, some people like Hocus Pocus, which, I still doubt.
A lot of people like it. It's like the thing at Disney now.
It is literally Disney's worst movie. It is. It's an abomination.
The sequel's coming out, and then just yesterday they announced that the meet and greet will have Minnie dressed up as what's her name, the main character, the Bette Midler character. I don't even know their names.
No, why should you?
And Daisy's dressed up as one Sanderson sister, and then Clarabelle. All three of them will be dressed up as the Sanderson sisters for a meet and greet. They announced that yesterday.
Yeah.
So obviously it's popular for Disney to include it in the...
I think they're just trying to take advantage of an existing IP. But
yeah, and there's a sequel, and everyone's excited about it. There's a jersey.
Yeah.
So we may as well.
The two worst things that you could find at Disney is Hocus Pocus and guacamole. Hence, Hocus Pocus guacamole, the killing curse. But fine.
Maybe we should find one of those avocado with the Mickey inside, the seed. They have those backpacks.
For what?
We'll give these both away together. Hocus Pocus guacamole.
I'm not touching the backpack. I usually do the mock-ups for the giveaway, Instagram, social media posts. I wasn't going to touch it. This is all Tracy. So,
well, I think I did a pretty good job.
So, fine. I listen to the wife. She's
somebody else will appreciate it.
Yeah. She could be very bossy.
No. You're not going to share what I made you do. I'm the director now.
What I want to do is show us going back.
No.
Back in a while.
Don't share my directing skills.
This way, though.
This way only.
Yes. Brian likes it's so annoying.
That's Tracy.
Brian likes to take videos like sideways, like the landscape way or whatever, or portrait, whatever the sideways view is. And that's not how it works on Instagram.
This is
That's
just
like
a
what
small.
old people do.
Old people take it that way, and then they finally
No.
changed it to that way.
No.
So this is just a small thing of what I lived through. Of Tracy, she thinks she's the director. She's basically like Kim Jong-un. She's basically like directing my life, everyone's life. I heard her fighting with her sister when she was going to do the pop-up about she won't do it my way. Tracy's way or the highway. And that's what you just heard. I just wanted to prove it. This is for court in case something happens to me.
Well, stop taking pictures that other way, the sideways way.
But anyway, yes. We listened to Tracy, we, meaning me, and we are going to be giving away this Hocus Pocus Loungefly
miniature, not Minnie Mouse.
Yeah.
Mini meaning miniature.
Miniature backpack, which for some reason is still selling at an incredibly high price at certain sites because I was looking it up.
Because the sequel's coming out.
Whatever. Okay. So all you have to do is direct message us via Facebook or Instagram or info@ropedroppingknowledge.com. I don't even know if I'm going to do a blog on this because I don't want this on our website.
Whatever. Just
But
stick it out.
as many as you do will be as many entries as you receive.
Wanda and Cap, and I have to deal with them.
Oh, whatever. It's totally different. The answer to this question, what is it that you love or hate about Halloween? That's it. And it could be one or two answers. You want to give us both answers, that's fine. This particular giveaway ends September 24th. That's a Saturday, 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Must be 18 years or older to enter and live in the United States. Puerto Rico, we consider part of the United States. All right. Ugh. Disgusting. Okay. Now.
So we'll be there Saturday
Yeah.
for
And
Oogie Boogie Bash. And we still have our JPEG challenge.
our JPEG challenge. which is the first person dressed up as Bob Chapek at Oogie Boogie Bash, September 9th, to approach us will win a Disney $100 gift card. So, dress up as Bob Chapek. Again, I'm hoping we see the real Bob Chapek and we give him that'd be classic. It'd be legendary, but I doubt it. He doesn't mingle with the unfavorables. Although during Oogie Boogie Bash, I'm sure that's filled with favorables.
Yeah.
So there's that. And we will be at the parks before Oogie Boogie Bash that day. Mm-hmm. And we will have a new giveaway. I haven't quite decided what it is since someone claimed the last wallet. So, but we'll be posting before the weekend.
Okay.
All right.
Just remind me.
Yeah. Hocus Pocus Guacamole. Okay, so you took a trip up to LA this past weekend in the heat.
The heat. I was indoors, thankfully. My sister, Shy Bear Cosmetics, had it was chosen as a vendor for a BTS pop-up. It's the cup sleeve event. So I didn't know this. It's a whole culture and a whole thing. I mean, we already know the Army is a whole different culture, but apparently there's random pop-ups, not random, but there's pop-up events that happens at boba shops. And what it is you get you order boba, you get a free, cup sleeve that has BTS members on it. And this event was 2 members' birthdays, RM and JK. And what you do, then they have vendors inside. So they clear all the tables and chairs inside the coffee shop or the boba shop. And then they have maybe 3 or 4 vendors in there that sells BTS merch. Not the actual merch, but imagine
inspired merch.
Inspired. Like the cups that people make with the Starbucks cups with the Mickey design and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But this is mostly keychains, jewelry, top loader, if you guys know what that term is. But basically they're like cards, BTS cards, trading cards with their pictures on it. And the top loader is the sleeve you put it in. And sometimes it's decorated, sometimes it's not. Anyways, so this is what it is. So my sister's not really, BTS type of vendor, but she has because these merch are kind of like Sanrio. It reminds you of Sanrio because they have cute little.
Some people don't know what Sanrio is.
Yeah, like Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
So it's not just Hello Kitty, but it's Totoro, whatever all those other animals are. So that's the whole Sanrio thing. So this kind of reminds people of that. And so my sister's Shy Bear Cosmetics is sort of like a Sanrio kind of brand, like a Hello Kitty-ish, except it's a bear. And they selected her, just because she's something different. But she did make some keychains, BTS keychains and top loaders.
Yeah, she's kind of a latecomer to the Army.
Yeah, she's BTS fan, but she figured she'd incorporate it into that because she's gone to a lot of these pop-ups. And so we were there as a vendor. It was in downtown LA at this place called Macchiato. It's a boba shop. And yeah, it was fun actually, but it was a whole different experience. They were there. My sister made a few keychains and top loaders and things like that. They bought it all up. I mean, they did buy maybe 50%, 50-50. They bought some makeup too. But everyone who bought something to makeup also bought the BTS stuff that she made. So those just sold out, wiped out. We still have makeup left, but we did sell a lot of makeup too because it was oh my gosh, there's makeup here because usually it's only
the other vendors didn't have anything but BTS stuff.
Yeah. But people waited in the heat, so it's a little coffee shop, so don't.
How hot? Just tell people how hot was it?
It was
SoCal this weekend.
102, 104.
That's what got me crazy. I'm just wait a minute, we're not even going to go to Disneyland because of that heat. And there's people waiting outside a coffee shop for homemade inside. BTS merchandise.
Right, for a free cup sleeve. You have to buy the boba to get the cup sleeve. And it's not like those cup sleeves that you all like on Etsy, they make a Mickey with the crochet. It's just the cardboard cut sleeve, but just happened to have these two guys' faces on it. And so they lined up because, there's only a few people inside at a time because of the small space. So they lined up for like hours. I'm like, really?
102-degree heat.
Yes. I mean, it was shady where it was because, downtown LA has tall buildings. So it was
shady. It's shady, but it's still 102 in the shade is still 102.
Yeah, there were a lot of people there with those fans that you see that Disney park goers have, those handheld fans.
It's like I posted the same day, like the wait times at Disneyland, about the same time you guys were at the shop.
Yeah.
And it was like some of those things that are usually half an hour, like 10 minutes. Because of the heat.
Because of the heat.
And it's Labor Day weekend, so the park was crowded.
Yeah.
It's just people were just like, nah, I'm not going to wait in that.
Yeah, I bet the Animation Academy was probably packed.
Packed. The Lincoln Museum was probably packed.
The Lincoln thing, Golden Horseshoe, forget it.
Filler Magic.
Filler Magic. I wonder, I wonder what, but it was like, because it was already hot inside the cafe when we were just sitting. But I think we were hot because there was a lot of people and then they're opening the doors.
Yeah.
Occasionally. So it was hot. So I can't imagine the people standing outside just waiting. But it was very successful. It was just a whole nother world that I didn't know about. I was like, what is all this? And there were people, I thought I'd be the oldest person there. I thought my sister would be the oldest person there. But there were moms who took their daughters, but then there were also ladies like older than me who just went without their kid, like by themselves. And I'm like, you're intermediate? They're like, yeah. So who's your bias? And my sister taught me before, I was like, hey, if they ask who's your bias, that means who's your favorite member. I was like, oh, okay, got it. Like the old ladies are like, who's your bias? And I'm like, huh?
Who's your bias? I'll be like, Asians.
But then they have, BTS has also have their own animation, like their own animals or whatever characters, cartoon characters, like Hello Kitty. And so those characters have different names. So when they're naming things, I'm like, wait, that's not a member. And my sister's like, that's the character. I was like, oh, okay. It's like, what's she talking about? I don't know this name or whatever. I didn't understand anything.
That question could go really wrong, asking someone who doesn't know.
I just kept quiet.
What's your bias?
I just kept quiet. I was just like, okay, whatever.
It's like, well, I kind of don't think women should be in leadership positions.
I mean, I'm independent. I start talking about politics.
I know.
I'm a registered independent, so I don't know. I don't have no.
There really isn't a communist party in the United States, but if there were,
they probably wouldn't know what I'm talking about.
I know.
But yeah, there were a lot of Gen Zs, but there were also a mix of older, like Gen X, my generations, and then there were the moms that took their kids, but then the moms were also into it. Like the person who bought, so my sister's keychains it's front and back, so that's what's different. She made keychains that had pictures of them front and back. The front is just their face, and the back was like, a shirtless back picture of the guy or whatever. And this one lady who was probably my age was going crazy over that and started screaming, and then she bought it. But I'm like, okay, that's creepy. I can understand teenagers, little Gen Z doing that. But it was this old lady like, I love this.
But these guys are all between the ages of 25 and 30.
That's why a lady my age screaming is creepy.
Yeah, but if you see a person with a bare back, a man with a bare back,
yes,
which is more creepy.
A 25-year-old boy with a bare back, not a
which
man.
Which is more creepy, though? A 40-year-old woman going crazy over that, or a 15-year-old girl? You know what I mean? When you put it in perspective,
that's true.
That's
why that's why the girls didn't buy that. The old lady bought it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would be creepy if a little girl bought that, right? Yeah, that's true.
See, I think that's more appropriate.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
I don't know. That's my bias.
That's not how the word works. Anywho, I suppose we're kind of part of the army now since I helped with the
Dude,
event.
don't recruit me into this.
I know Brian's like, was there any Blackpink merch? And I'm like, no, it's a BTS event. There's no Blackpink event.
At least they have. I think they have better songs. I don't know. Those are the only two groups I know: BTS and Blackpink.
Well, now I know like
Oh no, there's
a few more.
something dragon. I forget
Really?
their name. Yeah.
I know one of our followers went to a concert called 17, and it's another group like BTS.
Yeah.
They'll never be as big, but they're getting there. I mean, I don't think anyone's gonna be as big as BTS, but they're probably getting there. It's called 17. It's another. I think
Yeah.
they have like 9 members or something crazy,
Dang.
like or 20 or something. I don't know, but yeah, there's. Oh no, that's a different group. Never mind. I'm getting them all mixed up, but.
Yeah, it's huge, you know. And I have my criticisms of K-pop in a way because I do think that, well, I mean, it's kind of been talked about how they're kind of exploited. Like, you know, YG is the big, and there's maybe like 2 or 3 big promotional companies that like kind of own these groups, you know, and they raise them since they were like kids, you know, like little kids, and train them, go to camps and stuff, and they take like the vast majority of the money, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, BTS, you know, like they're millionaires, but when you think about how the worldwide appeal they should have, they should be billionaires.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
You think about it.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm wondering, you know, okay, you know, we look at Disney kids, and even they're not as popular, really. But I wonder if they probably have this. They probably have similar contracts here in the United
Yeah.
States. We just don't point that out because they're ours. You
Yeah.
know? So I don't know if that's just something that we're pointing out because it happens to be Koreans making a lot of money instead of us. You know, I don't want my bias to show.
Well, they now that they've all like taken a break and they've done solo things, I think I like their solo stuff more because it's darker. It's not like pop anymore. It's like dark, you know. So
Dark. Like
yeah.
what?
Well, I'll show you. Like one of the J-Hope is one of the guys who went. His new song's called Arson, and it's really dark. Like he's in like black eyeliner in the video, and like just doing like yeah, it's more
Eyeliner
it's less
and
like
dark.
It's less like teeny bop music
Arson.
now.
So it's basically about an emo kid setting fires.
I think so.
I guess that would make sense.
He says the F word in the song, and it got all like controversial and stuff. But yeah,
Ooh, can't have that. All right. Well, I'm glad you had fun. You came back all energized and happy.
yeah. I was like,
Which I
hey,
was
we don't want to
surprised.
make more keychains. Like to my sister, make more. Just kidding.
I know. Now we're going to put her under a K-pop contract. Get out there and work. Can you sing? Where are these headphones? All right. What else do we got going on?
So we have, we renewed our magic keys. The Almighty Pass Giver renewed my key for our anniversary as my anniversary gift.
Yeah.
I don't even know is it 7 years?
She doesn't even know. She
what's
doesn't even
the
care.
tradition thing? Like
Copper. So basically,
copper.
$2,200 in pennies. Just think of it like that.
So it's like 22,000 pennies? Is that 22?
Yeah, it'd be more than that. But yeah, it was, you just multiply it by 100. So, but yeah, what happened is I just decided, because we were going back and forth, we were like, because we have different financial goals, not different, but competing financial goals. And I'm just like, should we cut back? And then, then I start getting on Tracy. Tracy's like, I guess we could just like cut out Disney. But then
No, I didn't say cut out Disney. I said we don't have to renew our pass, and we'll just go during the holidays. And because passes aren't good during holidays anyway, so we might as well just be a favorable and buy single day tickets during holidays and birthdays.
Yeah. But then I was like, well, I want to go. I know you want to go. We love Disney. I'm not one of those people that's like, I'm going to say I don't want to go, but I really want to go. I'm not going to be honest. I want to go.
Well, I mean, I want to go, but I just treat it as like any type of addiction where you just quit cold turkey and you won't miss it.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, let's just try it. Let's just quit cold turkey and see what happens.
See what happens. You end up buying single day tickets and it's more expensive than the pass.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
No, but I was just figured, well, and my thing on gifts. The only reason I thought this was an appropriate gift is because I just paid cash for it. I didn't put it on a card. So I figured, all right, I'll just, buy it, get it over with. And then when she comes home from the BTS stuff, she'll have a renewed pass. Mm-hmm. And the renewal thing is kind of funny. I mean, it was easy to renew, but it was like I was wondering if we could make reservations like right away because our current pass expires October 4th. And then but then I saw when I went in there to try to make, additional reservations into the new cycle, they have two things. You have 2 available reservations on your renewal pass.
Yeah.
But you have 6 on your no on your renewal pass. You have 6 on your current pass. You have 2.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. So then I started making some, and I made some in November and one in December actually. So
yeah.
That was one time I was like, dang, Disney actually did think ahead, or somebody yelled at them enough to where they fixed it.
Or maybe they didn't think ahead. It's just like whatever. But we're the belief he doesn't have any Saturdays in December, so
we got a Friday. Yeah. So
and then nobody has it the 2 weeks.
Yeah, of that. Not even the Inspire?
Yep.
The
Inspire. There
Inspire.
will be absolutely no Magic Key holders those 2 weeks.
They would call it.
I don't know. The favorable
weeks. Well, I think is it 2 weeks or more than that?
It's December 21st through January 2nd, I think.
Oh, okay, that's about 2 weeks.
Yeah. What's it called? I bet you, because a lot of content creators already said they're going to buy a one-day ticket. Mm-hmm. That sometime that week.
Just to see how it is.
Yeah, just for content.
We call it JPEG's favorable 14. 14 days of favorable. You just see JPEG's is singing.
Yeah, but you got all these unfavorables buying a ticket for content.
On the 14th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me no magic keys.
But they're still going to buy tickets and fill
That's what he wants. He doesn't care if magic key holders buy tickets. That makes you favorable. Oh, we should do that song.
I know.
Since I just made it up, it can't be copyright straight, and we'll put it right on YouTube. Okay, so that was kind of fun. It's kind of cool to where we just know we'll be, and you guys know, we'll be at the parks 2023, unless this heat wave turns into like a supernova. Then,
man, this heat wave, man, in SoCal is like, because a lot of people don't have AC in SoCal because people who live near the beach, for some reason, none of the properties near the beach have, a mile within a mile, have AC. So like my mom and sister's like, after working all day at the pop-up, and I came back and I was like, oh my gosh, there's no AC in this place. Yeah.
Well, I was on a hot streak of my niece not asking me for money, and then she's at college enjoying herself, and of course we do a podcast, and it's like, can you send me $25 for a haircut?
Oh, I always silence my phone. I don't even know who's asking me questions right now.
The funny thing is, it shows that her phone is silent. So she doesn't even want to hear the response. She's just like, yeah, give me money. Hey, if you're going to ask me for money, I get to pick on you in front of a worldwide audience. So, them's the rules. Yeah, she's doing okay. Some people are asking if she's doing fine. She's having too much fun. She's just running around.
That's good.
But her coach is pretty tough, her wrestling coach. So that's good because a couple of the girls didn't get some paperwork they were supposed to do it on time, because they think they're still in high school. They're freshmen.
That their moms will do it for them or something.
And then when he says, Beatrice, he's like, Uncle, the coach is like, you not turning your paperwork in on time is unacceptable, and there will be consequences. I don't care if you're clear to practice or not. You're going to run until you're puking. And then he had all these things that they're going to be doing. And she thought I was going to be like sympathetic. I was laughing. I was like, good.
Yeah.
Welcome to the adult world. Need more coaches like that. So, yeah. Take a picture of you puking. All right. What else we got?
So we got something about Bleach on Disney Plus.
Yeah. So
Talk about like language.
well, you
we
went.
don't understand.
So this is kind of going to be a whole cultural thing because you went into the whole Korean K-pop thing.
Yeah.
Now I got to go into the Japanime thing.
Yeah, I'm like Bleach, like the stuff you use to clean with.
Yeah, and this isn't official yet, but pretty much people are pretty certain it happened. So a lot of people don't know. A lot of people aren't into anime, and people are just like, ugh. Just some way, a lot of people aren't into K-pop. Mm-hmm. So anime is big, in America. Importing it from Japan is K-pop, and K-dramas are from Korea. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of like a subculture, right? Mm-hmm. So there was some news. So Funimation, well, there's Crunchyroll and Funimation. They're the big studios that you can watch
anime
on in the United States. Mm-hmm. Think of them just as like a Netflix for anime. Mm-hmm. It's streaming services. And they have the rights to all these different animes. Some your kids might watch. Some of you just might have heard in passing. So what happened is that the rumor is that Disney, with Disney Plus, got the rights to the last season, the new season that hasn't even come out yet, of an anime called Bleach. And it's been years since,
And this is supposedly a big, huge show.
Huge.
Okay.
So manga, if you heard the term manga is actually the comic book that the anime, and then animation is based on the mangas. So it's kind of like how, A Song of Ice and Fire is the book series. Mm-hmm. Game of Thrones is the TV series based on the books.
I see.
That's kind of the way it is with manga and anime. And so the manga already covered it. It's called the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. Basically, Bleach, and I wasn't even a super fan of it. I watched a lot of other stuff, but it's huge. I mean, and it's basically about, like almost, Japanese stuff. They're very youth-centric. So It's like they always start with like high school students doing something. Mm-hmm. It's a high school kid, and basically he gets the powers of a Shimigami, which is a Japanese death god. But in this particular universe, the Japanese death gods fight with katanas. They kill evil spirits, and then they fight each other, and then there's a civil war. So it goes into all kinds of crazy stuff. Of course, he's still a high school student, and all this. But there's family drama. You get everything you want from it, But it's huge. Worldwide, it's huge. But it's something I didn't think Disney would ever touch. Like that wasn't even in my thought process.
Right.
I was just like, okay, But apparently Disney won the rights to it.
Yeah.
And it's bloody. It's it's people cutting each other up with, spirit katanas and stuff and superpowers and all this. Fighting above cities and
So all this time it's been on that Crunchyroll.
Yeah, Crunchyroll.
Streaming Crunchyroll. But now Disney
that's
won.
the American version. I don't know what it is in Japan,
Right.
but that's how you would watch it
But now
the
Disney
Western.
won the bid for the last season.
Yeah, which is supposed to be it's the biggest season, and it's what everyone's been waiting for. It's kind of like the anticipated thing that's been delayed.
Game of Thrones final season or something.
Yeah, but probably more satisfying.
Yeah.
and so it just got me thinking. It's like, and I know I've given this talk a lot of times about, and we've talked about it too, just that, regarding Disney Plus specifically, but
Yeah.
it's about the product curve, right? What we call it the product cycle. And the first step, we always say, is introduction. This isn't business. Anybody goes to operations management or gets their MBA, one of the first things they teach you. Introduction, then there's growth. And that's what every company wants to stay in, is growth. That's why you're always, when you watch like CNBC and you watch all these like financial channels, they're like, oh, we're disappointed. They only made $3 billion in profit last year instead of, $5 billion. And it's like, and then it's like, and the stock drops, and they're like, why? They still made $3 billion in profit, right?
Yeah.
Because the anticipation is growth.
Right.
which, you know, we could say is harmful to society in some respects.
Growth is innovation, and so
Sometimes.
yeah,
It should be.
they can't remain the same.
Right. But sometimes growth is just buying up other companies.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of ways you can grow.
But that's buying up a company, meaning offering products, newer products that other company had. So it's growth in a sense that, we have something new now.
Yeah.
Like we just have Disney Plus.
The philosophical, that's a little bit of a tangent, but I mean, the political philosophical argument against that is, these products already existed. Now they're just being conglomerated into one company. Right. So now it's more monopolistic, right? It's oligarchy kind of type stuff, where you had all these, you know, when Walmart buys up a business and puts out a mom and pop, business goes kaput. It's not like they're offering new products. It's just that you can get those at Walmart now instead of your mom and pop store.
Yeah.
Right. But that's still growth for Walmart.
Like Amazon with Whole Foods.
Right. Yeah. It's growth, but is it really?
Right. Yeah, you're growing.
Growth for them, but not for society, right?
Exactly.
But anyway, if they won the rights, they're getting this, and they would be adding it to Disney Plus, which helps them stay in growth because Tracy had spoken about this a lot of times. It's like there's only so many people you can get to subscribe. And they did have really good numbers on their new subscription rate. You know, I think they're up to 150 million?
Mm-hmm. Something like
that. Disney Plus subscribers. And now the Disney subscription services have surpassed Netflix. Now, part of that is because Netflix has gone down. They've lost a lot. But that's still a major accomplishment. Mm-hmm. Disney's going up. The trend line for them is going up. The trend line for Netflix is going down. There's other stuff that's going on. I think it's HBO Max and Paramount are going to merge their streaming services. So it's not going to be like an HBO Max anymore. Mm-hmm. It's just going to be Paramount, which is weird because people are realizing that, that's how you grow. You merge, you acquire. It's not like if I just come out with a great product of shows, great line of shows, people will just, sign up.
No.
And we got to make sure that the space that they take up is ours. So this is crazy because adding anime, because Netflix did have a lot of anime, but the anime they had wasn't worldwide type anime. It's kind of like B and C anime type stuff. They had like Baki, which is people like it, but it's like they had a few things. They had some original stuff like the Castlevania stuff people liked.
You're talking about Disney Plus?
Netflix.
Oh, Netflix.
Yeah. Disney didn't have any Japanese
except
anime.
for that Star Wars Visions.
Yeah. So maybe that was the test water for it.
Oh yeah. Huh.
But now the one thing to avoid. So like I said, introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. Once you hit maturity or about to hit maturity, you have two decisions you have to make. You have to either product differentiation, meaning alter your product to where it can do more things, or create a new product, or move into a new market or different markets that you didn't have previously. And I think Disney, by doing this, is kind of doing both, right?
Yeah.
They're offering a new product, which is Japanese animation, but they're also with that, moving into an entirely new market filled with millions, tens and tens of millions, maybe a billion potential new customers.
They're already having a BTS show, so that's something they're dipping into to get. Yeah,
So, a lot of people, you look at, we make fun of Chapek, but this is a boss move. I'm telling you, this is a boss move from a business perspective. Not saying it's great. I'm just for society. I'm just saying from a business perspective, that's a boss move because because Disney had this branding thing. You remember when they were making a big deal about putting like Netflix shows on there because they were too adult? They're like, no, we'll just put an 18-year-old older category on there, and you have to do that. Fine. Okay. And now they're bringing in animation, and Japanese animation can be more bloody and sometimes even more sexual than those Netflix shows.
Yeah.
Because it's a totally different culture.
Right.
And so they're going to bring in Bleach, and now you're opening the door to just hordes and hordes of people who probably would never have thought. They probably look down their nose at Disney stuff.
Yeah.
Like, we're not Disney stuff. That's like corporate stuff,
Oh, that's
corporate
kid stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And now it's like, so expect if this is true, and when they announce it, expect those numbers just for that one show to skyrocket for subscriptions, because that's insane. That's insane. Now, I don't know what the details are. I don't know if they're just getting the rights for like North America, or is it? I doubt it's worldwide, because I'm sure that Japan's not going to say no. This is only going to be on Disney Plus. They probably have their own stuff, but it's big, and I don't think a lot of people. It's kind of gone under the radar because most people aren't, nerds
Disney
like me.
People aren't really, anime.
Yeah, they're just kind of like, well, I don't know. They probably never heard of this.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm bringing it up. So you guys know, and so when somebody says, hey, I don't think Disney Plus is going to you're like, well, did you know they're going to be introducing Bleach? So at your cocktail parties or your PTA meetings, you can put people in check about your business knowledge and acumen about.
We'll have new friends.
Yeah.
We'll have new friends for Disney Plus subscribers.
So yeah, Disney D23 2023 2024, you're going to get a whole new breed of people showing up, maybe. Because if you've ever been to Comic-Con, those anime people, man, they go all out. It's going to be different.
Yeah.
So they're going to have the MCU. They're going to have Star Wars. Now you start introducing anime in there.
Yeah.
Woo. You're talking about an empire of entertainment. And I know it sounds weird. It's like, yeah, it's just an animation show. It's like, what's the big deal? No. When you look at the numbers, that's probably what people said about BTS. I remember when BTS, I don't know which one, it was like the Billboard Awards, like maybe like 5 years ago they won, and they were like the first Asian group to win. And there's a lot of Americans were like, okay, well, I don't get it.
Yeah, there was a reality show that I saw that my sister was watching, and I was watching it with her in 2014. When BTS was only like, they're little kids. They looked so young. And they first started out, they weren't popular yet, but they were a group, a K-pop group, and they came to America. And then it was a reality show, and they had to go to hip-hop camp in America. And the guy was like, you're going to meet this worldwide rapper from the 90s, blah, blah, blah. So they got excited. They were talking to each other, in Korean, saying, oh my God, what if it's Dr. Dre? We're going to go crazy. It ends up being Coolio. I'm like, oh man, those poor kids, they're probably disappointed. But back then, they were so like under the radar that it was an honor to have someone like Coolio coach them, right? To be hip hop stars. But now I don't think they'll even give Coolio the time of day.
They seem to be pretty nice kids. I bet you they would, but it's their management might not.
But I found out that their idol is Drake.
Drake.
So funny. They love
that's kind
Drake.
of the same brand. kind of.
Yeah, they went to the Billboard Award after they were popular, and they saw Drake, and they just went crazy.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my God, I'm never going to wash my hands again, because they shook his hands and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's so funny.
But my point is that there was a lot of people that were just like, I don't get why these Korean boys wearing makeup are even a thing. Why are they on my TV? Yeah. Like, it was like this whole kind of like a little bit of backlash.
Yeah.
Maybe like 5-6 years ago. And even though they were already big in Korea.
Right.
And it was just kind of like, well, they're kind of like, maybe they had a good song, nothing's going to happen. And then now look today.
Yeah.
Where there's freaking boba shops where your sister can make $1,000 just showing up.
Well,
it's like
stars like Lizzo doing covers of their song.
Right.
They have what's her name, Halsey, on their doing a collab with them. Yeah. It's like they're huge.
Okay. Yeah. Well, in the words of Megan Thee Stallion, dial it back.
Megan Thee Stallion, they met her. What is it? Doja Cat. All these like huge stars.
But so my point is that that's the big export from Korea. Like, animation is that to Japan.
Yeah.
And that is that could be a wave here. It already is a wave, like underground,
right?
Like low key, but it could easily go mainstream.
It's probably not even underground. It's mainstream. It's there. It's just we don't, as Disney fans, the Disney fans don't know about it because they're different kind of, you know.
But now you're almost like adopting in a whole other fandom.
Yeah.
Into your ranks.
Incorporating into it so that you're just the big whatever.
Because
the big
that's
giant.
And they're starting off big with Bleach, and if that works, it's going to be others.
Yeah.
So
that's like them buying. I don't know if anybody would understand the metaphor, but it's like Disney buying rights to all of George R.R. Martin property or something.
Right.
You know, like that.
Pretty much. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and it'd be like, whoa. You know, and actually the animation. You know, Japanimation. They say anime. Well, that's actually bigger than George R.R. Martin fans because that's just one series of books from one guy.
Right.
This is like, you know, it opens the door to all kinds of things.
Yeah.
So if they actually get the numbers they want, you know, expect them to get, you know, Dragon Ball is still making stuff, you know. They might get the rights to that, you know, say, hey, well, this worked, and then we'll get that, you know.
Yeah, that's the only one I know, Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
And Naruto?
Naruto, yeah. They're still doing Boruto. They might get the rights to that. Who knows?
Yeah.
So, these are actually really big moves, and again, you know, I'm a lot of things to Disney. You know, I'm a fan, I'm a guest, but I'm also a shareholder. So I'm like, hey, boss move on your part. Good time to buy. That's all I'll say.
Well, in other news with Disney taking over more things, is that the Walt Disney Company is reportedly considering an Amazon Prime style membership program.
Yeah.
So more stuff more space that Disney's trying to get into. They are internally calling it Disney Prime, although that's not going to be the name, but that's just the internal thing.
They should just do it.
So it goes along with Chapek's idea of cross-selling to customers or cross-selling to casual Disney fans, right? So you're cross-selling, like going into the anime, and then people who aren't like super Disney fans, they're trying to get them in. So if you have something like, for example, you tie Disney Plus to merch, so they'll have like, for example, if you have if you're watching a show on Disney Plus, you could have a QR code and just buy this merch and link you directly to Shop Disney. Kind of like Amazon Prime, where you have movies, merch, everything on one platform, right? In one subscription. So
I mean, I just remember, you know, because we watched The Rings of Power, the first 2 episodes last week, and I would open my Prime account because I wanted to order something, and it says Rings of Power. That's the first. It just pops up. And I'm
That's
just
what
like, whoa.
Disney wants to do. Yeah. So actually, an example they're trying to do, maybe later on this year or next year, was like an exclusive toy version of a Darksaber for sale, only to Disney Plus subscribers. So if you're watching, you know, The Mandalorian or whatever, you see the Darksaber, it's like, okay, well, you can buy this on Shop Disney directly from this link, you know, or they'll have a QR code, buy this Darksaber, but the toy version for kids, obviously, and just directly link it to Shop Disney, just the way you do with Amazon.
And this is again, we make fun of Chapek. This is what's in Chapek's wheelhouse. This is why he was hired. In the business world, it used to be called synergy. So you it's like you have different departments supporting other departments. Now, you know, another word is functional threading. You want to have like, you know, 1 + 1 = 3. Kind of, you know, things are greater than the sum of their parts, kind of. So, yeah, if you have a major retail platform and you have a major entertainment platform like Disney Plus, how can they help each other to where both of them benefit more than they would have separately? Right. And so that's all Chapek. You know, I mean, as much as we make fun of Chapek for his
bean counting,
his park decisions and a lot of stuff, the way he handles things. But this is his thing.
Yeah.
This is why he got this is why he got a contract extension. Yeah. Because I guarantee you there are members of the board of directors who heard about these type of plans before that contract extension. Because this is what happens. It's not just like, it's not like a regular like performance evaluation like at a typical job where it's like, well, this is what you did over the past year. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep you on, or it's not like that. He already has a package for them months ahead.
Right, because you know that, like they keep saying, his thing is cross-selling to the casual fans.
Right. We
already know all the Disney fans are always going to be there. We're not going anywhere. Right?
We just renewed.
Call us unfavorable. We're still here for you. Yeah. So we already know that. He's trying to grow. They're trying to grow by getting the casual fans, selling to them. Because these people were already guaranteed. Us, us
and low key, I'll start using that word because that's what my niece has been using. She'll a little tangent. My niece, she's cocky.
We're using Gen Z words today.
Yeah.
Bias,
yeah,
low key.
She was her first week at the William Penn, her new university. She's all the girls on her wrestling team and stuff, they get together and they play like beach volleyball. Even though it's in Iowa, they have like a beach volleyball pit. She's only 5'4", by the way, and she's just playing beach volleyball first time in her life. And then she goes, "Uncle," and I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Low key, I could get a volleyball scholarship." Like, what? Like, she's that confident. I'm like, you played one game and maybe you did okay, and you think you get a volleyball scholarship? I'm just like, that's why I just use that word now, because I just think it's hilarious. Like, low key, Chippe's the man,
Yeah, as much as he's not focused on us loyal fans. We're always going to be there. His focus is on cross-selling to casual Disney fans, and if he can incorporate whatever he can to get them, because he knows we're going to buy whatever.
Yeah.
So why should he focus on us? Like, we're already in the bag.
We're in the bag.
Yeah, so that's what they're doing. And then it's also, the most important thing about this, I think, is more data collecting, because they're saying that the subscription will help companies better understand customers' purchasing habits. Basically, it's data collecting. And we know the big thing right now is data collection.
Data.
So this is also a way for them to collect data.
Data. No.
No, that's yada, 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 yada.
I think it's body. All right. All right. Do we have anything else in headlines?
That's it.
Okay. Now it's time for...
It's Taste Talk with Tracy. Mash some magic in your mouth.
Okay, I went back to making my own stuff this week. And we might be doing that more if we're going to Disney less now.
Yeah.
And we'll have more weekends at home where I'll try to recreate Disney recipes. So this last week I made oatmeal raisin cookies. Since we had them at the parks, like they had new cookies at the parks, chocolate chip, oatmeal raisin. We liked them so much, so I tried to recreate them at home.
Yeah.
And we finished the whole batch.
They're good. They're really good. And they, as far as the taste, because we've ate, I think our last 2 visits to Disney, we had
the oatmeal. Yeah.
They were that good.
Yeah.
And so we just wanted them at home. And this is the time it's like, it just paid off. It's like, yeah, she pretty much nailed it as far as, duplicating the taste.
Yeah.
So.
And I used my new KitchenAid mixer.
Yeah. That was her Christmas present.
So that was good. I want to try to start recreating more. I mean, I was more talented during the lockdown since I had nothing else to do. But I don't know. I look back at all those stuff I made. I'm like, man, how did I do that?
Yeah.
Like that pumpkin cake. I was like, whoa, took a lot of time. I don't think I could redo all that. I won't be as talented, but I'll try.
Yeah, well, it'll be fun. It'll be good for me. But, I went back to... I did an open mat. A lot of people don't know what that is. It's like jiu-jitsu, but it's not a class. It's just, people just show up and then they just
fight.
Yeah.
Or not fight.
Grapple. Grapple. I don't like calling it fight because there's no punches involved.
Yeah,
but
grappling.
Try to submit each other, choke each other, armbar each other, do all that. And then, I was really out of shape, but it was fun. And I was able to accomplish some of the things that I thought would have left me, being 51, because I hadn't gone in a while. It's been months, I think,
Yeah.
So, I'm going to need that the more you cook. That's my point to this, because I'm going to have to burn mass calories because, Yeah, I eat most of those cookies. Low key, I eat most of those cookies.
Low key is the new literal. Millennials used to say literal in front of everything.
Like,
literally, I ate them all.
Yeah.
Now it's like the Gen
Low-key.
Zs are low key, I ate them all. Then you have the old people like me, like, why can't you just say I ate them all? Why do you have to use these stupid adjectives? Anyways.
That's their bias. All right, now.
This is funny. So this was like old because it was like that last 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago when it was August 26th, when everybody had basically renewed by then. Or when we had our first wave of renewals on August 26th, the Inspire key is new.
Yeah.
And since the parking attendants, when you go to Mickey and Friends, because Inspire Key comes with free parking.
Yeah. Might have been all the parking lots. Who knows?
Right. And so when they went to get to park at Mickey and Friends, the parking attendant mixed it for the Imagine Key because Inspire is new. So they've never heard of it. And it starts with an I. So they mix it with Imagine and they're like, that'll be, $25
$30 or whatever it was.
Well, it's 25% off, so they got whatever, the price was. They're like, no, it's free because I have Inspire. And they're like, we don't, what?
No, they're like, it's 20.
So they had to show the screenshot of, your...
Go to the webpage and show.
Yeah, it's like, see, free parking. And they're like, oh, okay, just go or whatever. I don't know what they did. But
How long would a line, do you think?
I know.
Being held up.
Well, there probably wasn't that many, but enough because it was August 26th. So not that many people had renewed yet, but there would be a handful, right, of the people who just renewed.
But you would think,
day.
okay, so let's say that there's like 4 terminals. Well, each terminal has each side. So let's say 8, right? You would think that once a couple of those showed up, they would have made a call and then it would have been solved. Like, this shouldn't have been a story. The fact that it got big enough to where multiple people over and over again they kept making that mistake. That's what's funny.
Maybe it was like 10.
Probably more. The fact that it got on to Gothic Rosie's radar means that there was probably more than 10.
Right, that's true.
So,
but I didn't think there would be a lot the first couple days, like August 26th and 27, because first of all, not that many people activated their magic keys on August 25th. And
no, I don't think that there could have been more, but I mean, there must have been a lot for that to even make its way down to the social media and make a story about. If it was like 10 people, I don't even think we would hear about it. Yeah,
I think it's because they hadn't created the barcode.
Yeah.
So when they scanned, it wasn't popping up. Yeah. So they had to manually pick. Oh, it must be this one. So
starts with an I.
Yeah. So then they started just manually looking at the thing, the screenshot, and like, all right, fine, it says free, okay. So after that, maybe then they started putting the barcode in.
Yeah. Which is bad because this is why Tracy wants robots to do everything. But then you still need a person to program the robot.
They hadn't programmed the robot. If they had, then the robot would have taken care of it. So
you need a robot to program a robot. Someday, Tracy,
people.
Your dystopian future will come about.
Oh, okay. So it's been confirmed that the Tangled Round ride is being built at Disneyland Paris, and it's likely to be announced at D23. So there's going to be a Tangled ride.
Where?
Disneyland Paris.
Oh.
They'll announce
it's probably just hair everywhere, right?
Or it says it's going to be called Tangled Round Ride.
I don't know.
Weird.
It's probably just like a big braid, and you get inside of it.
You'd be tangled around in there.
Tangled around, yeah. They got one in Detroit called Weave Rider. You just slide down a giant weave.
Okay. And then, let's see, Disney CFO Christine McCarthy and Parks Chairman Josh D'Amaro is to participate in a Q&A at the 2022 Bank of America Securities Media Communications Conference on September 7th. That's interesting.
That's a what conference?
It's called Securities Media Communications and Entertainment Conference.
Oh.
So So they're going to be doing a Q&A.
Well, he's a speaker then. He's
Him and the CFO.
Yeah.
DeMauro and McCarthy.
The party's going to be like, you guys want to make money? K-pop, animation. Anime.
Oh, and then from September 21st through October 14th, all Magic Key holders can get 30% off merch.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
At Disneyland Resort. So, we'll be there October 1st.
Yeah.
With the Alexes.
Yeah. Our two cousins. We have an Alex that married an Alex. Well,
so she's never been to Disneyland, so.
Yeah, that's going to be cool. Yeah,
30% off.
That's good for our listeners when we do giveaways. You guys might get something cool. 30%.
Yeah, it's good, like, for all the Halloween merch that's out and stuff like that.
Yeah, for next year. Yeah. We're just going to have to hoard it somewhere. Stuff it in our already full closet.
Also, breaking news. Disney Vacation Club members' lounge is coming to Disneyland as part of the Tomorrowland overhaul. So it's going to be on the second floor of Launch Bay, where you'll have it's called Disney Vacation Club Starview Station. So it's kind of like the old Magic Key Lounge, where you got the couches, the charging stations, just a place to cool off.
But this sounds permanent, or is it?
Yes, it's permanent.
See, that's what makes it even better, because it's permanent and it's up high.
Second floor, yes.
Yeah, so it's kind of like...
Not sure if it's like balcony fireworks view, because there's already the top floor for the fireworks people.
Yeah. Dole Whip's going to love this. Looking down on all of us.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. The top floor is already blocked for fireworks.
I know, but you're still higher than everyone else.
Lounge or whatever it's called.
You're still up high.
But it's just like, everyone's surprised because they thought that the Tomorrowland overhaul would just demolish Launch Bay.
Yeah.
So, but they're surprised that they're keeping it just for because it looks like they're keeping it if they're going to put a lounge in there.
I think even if you have a pass, I think DVC people are still considered favorables because you're buying the stuff that they want you to buy.
Because they're not annual pass holders. They're something else. They still have to buy a one-day ticket.
Right. Mm-hmm. But even, some people are DVC holders and pass holders. Yeah. And very few, but...
Because DVC people are from out of town. That's why they have DVCs to stay,
No, because whatever town you're in, you could still be a DVC holder. You could be a vacation club holder in Orange County and just go to other places around the world.
That's true.
It doesn't... But yeah, most of them probably would be from out of town. But I'm just saying that it's because you're purchasing this other product outside of the parks. You know what I mean? That's what makes you a favorable. Regardless of whether you have a pass or not.
Especially if they're building another DVC tower at Disneyland.
Yeah. They want it to be filled. So.
Yes.
Good for you guys.
So, and then there's some Emmy Award winners. Emmy Award.
Oh.
Not Emmy, our little niece.
She's more important.
So, Book of Boba Fett won for visual effects.
Yay.
Moon Knight won for sound editing. And get this, Chippendale Rescue Rangers, outstanding TV movie. They won for best movie.
Yeah.
And Chadwick Boseman for the What If voiceover.
Yeah.
So sad. Disney Plus had some wins.
Imagine he won it after he died.
I know.
It's like, it's cool. It's kind of like, that's cool, and it's super sad at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like, but congratulations to all the winners. I think the more stuff they put out, I'm surprised. Well, a lot of people, holding Disney Plus shows to a standard that is higher than fair, I guess. Not fair, but if you look at network TV, right? Mm-hmm. And they put just as much money into their shows. Mm-hmm. Most of them are junk. You know what I mean? If you just turn on NBC, ABC, CBS right now, the CW, just on any random night, you're going to watch crap. It's going to be something. It's
now
not going to
that
be something.
Disney Plus is out. Yes.
No, but I'm saying even before that, it's the
before
same.
that there was nothing else, so people watched.
No, I mean forget that. I'm just saying in general they're crap.
Yeah.
It's not they're great television watching. It's just that they were the only game in town.
Right.
And so they got the numbers.
Right.
You know, if you're somebody in your late 50s, early 60s, and you're not going out clubbing, you got to watch freaking some, CSI or NCIS.
I'm
you know what I mean?
interested to know what other non-Disney Plus, because we're only looking at the Disney Plus stuff, like at the Emmy Awards. What other?
I'm sure a lot of stuff's in it,
studios
but I guess
won?
my point is that there's so much complaining about like She-Hulk CGI and all this stuff. It's like, well, what you're comparing it to? You're comparing Disney Plus stuff to MCU
Other
movies.
Disney, yeah.
You're not comparing it to what's the latest Brooklyn Med or Chicago Fire or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like it's better than that.
Yeah.
But they're like, no, this doesn't look like the CGI in Avengers.
Arrow? Do they still show Arrow?
Yeah, they still have that. They're not even comparing it to that.
Flash?
Yeah, they're not even comparing it to those. That's my point. My point is that Disney's being compared to Disney. And I don't know if that's a fair comparison because they're competing with mainstream stuff and then other streamers.
Yeah.
Like, but the critics are making them like they're comparing to what they want in their head.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, no, She-Hulk is not going to look as good as Endgame.
Right.
It's just that's a $300 million movie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like, it's a funny lawyer show that has a superhero in it.
Yeah.
Like, if you compare it to Ally McBeal, I think it's kind of all right. I would compare it. You know what I mean? That's fine.
McBeal.
You know what I mean? But they're not. So I think keep your expectations, reasonable. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, that's all I had.
That's it? Okay. So like I said before at the beginning, our next podcast will be on Friday. This coming Friday, and then we'll be at the
September
park.
9th.
And then we'll be at the parks September 10th, the next day. And, we just got our new giveaway up. I already gave you the rules and everything at the beginning of the podcast, but Tracy, you already posted everything, right?
I did. I posted what the backpack looks like.
All right. So that's up. You can see it. I don't know why anybody would enter to win a Loungefly Hocus Pocus backpack,
A lot
but
of people will.
we will see. We will see. And if nobody enters, I will be setting it on fire. All right. That's it for us this week. Happy Labor Day. I'm Brian.
I'm Tracy.
Stay magical.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe and visit us at www.ropedroppingknowledge.com.